Hello, YouTuber boobers. Whoops. Sorry. We're thinking you were paying attention to me. So, today is Tuesday, of course, and it's Tuesday too. And thus thought I'd throw some words out of wisdom that I have, or not wisdom at all. No one really knows what goes on in this strange mind. So last week, Soto was talking about rage and anger and such as that. Is my belief and other beliefs is that anger and becomes rage. If you take the rage and you bury it down deep into yourself, that it'll actually manifest as such things as cancer and other elements. It's actually a good book. I think it's Eileen's Heal Thy Body. I think if you do a search for books on Heal Thy Body, it comes up with this book about ailments of the body and how it reflects in emotions in your life. See, I think it's time to go for a trim. What do you think? Not quite Christmas yet. So at any rate, um, yeah, it's funny. I just got a call from somebody who's actually does tend to instigate a certain amount of anger and rage, and it's hard to believe such people are in my life. And so, at any rate, cancer is, if you know somebody that has cancer and you are fairly close to them, you could discuss to them what are they deeply angry about, or things that have happened in their lives that they got so upset about, and then somehow or other they just let it go. I mean, you just don't let go of things that happen to you that create a lot of anger and rage. Usually what happens is you suppress them. Someone will tell you that, it's water under the bridge, or, let it go, or blah, 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 blah. Instead of dealing with it, instead of grabbing it by the horns and saying, hey, this isn't right. This isn't a right thing that you did to me, that you are told not to. Like, say, for example, mothers, for example. If a mother abuses their child in a number of different ways, the child, in a lot of aspects in this community, in our world, mothers are honored as being, the top of the class. And, for you to say anything negative about your mother, you're considered blasphemy, and you're not supposed to feel that way throughout your life. And it isn't really true. If a person harms you in any way, you have a right to stay up and say, hey, this isn't right. I have a right not to be treated in that fashion. This is so many people that have been abused by their parents are not allowed to really express it out into the world. Now, it's usually guys take on the brunt of this kind of stuff, and it's okay, but it's not okay to, you know, to say something about your mother. Oh, you only have one mother. She could do no wrong. Whatever she did to you, you could forgive them. So forgive them and move on. Well, that's not the way that you move on. So you take that stuff and you bury it down deep, and down the road you end up getting sick and you don't know why. And perhaps they heal you, and then it comes back again, and they heal you, and it comes back again and back again, because you haven't really dealt with the emotion of that. And it's so easy that things pop up. In my life, when things pop up, they pop up and they are right in my face. You know, they're right here. They're right here. You know, so I reach a point where I have to look at them and sit it there on a post and walk around it and look at it from all sides and figure out what my part in it is, what their part in it is. How can I do it differently so that I don't actually, you know, deal with all this stuff. So Um, and that was kind of the part of the discussion last week. And of course, there'd be buttons that would be pushed in my life last week that would actually cause me to look at stuff, and it kind of annoyed me and got me into a mood. And then I kept thinking about this and thinking about it that way, and trying to figure out my piece, and so that I could move on for it. Otherwise, I would just bury it. This mass here that you see me as, this very huge part, is to protect. Well, that's curious that I'm wearing orange today, and protecting the solar plexus area, the stomach, and the heart, and from people that emotionally bother me, or try to harm me. That's what most overweight people are using the fat and the insulation to um, to protect ourselves from those people that wish to harm us. But then, of course, it gets turned in as diabetes, and for me, it's mostly diabetes. But for other people, it could be, heart issues and lung issues and so forth down the line. So, um, it's a challenging thing to take yourself out of. I mean, for the most part, I don't really have a great deal of friendship community that are really close to me. But it's just the way it is. You it's just the way that I am. I don't consider myself close friends with a lot of people because I don't trust a lot of people. A lot of people have their own agendas, and they should have their own agendas. My daughter has gazillion Facebook friends. I have maybe 100 if I'm lucky. Yeah. And even still, you know, I don't share a lot of my personal life on Facebook. I just don't. It's the way it goes. You know, but that's just me. You know, people are great as long as they don't stay near me. But as I continue to grow and heal and work and open up, then I'll hopefully lose the weight. I'll just jump on Facebook, on YouTube one day, and you'll all of a sudden say, "Hey, where are you? You skinny bones. What happened to you? Did you get sick?" Well, maybe I just healed myself. Maybe. Hopefully that'll be the answer. And no, I did not get sick. It is a struggle. It is a struggle. But work on your emotions. If somebody bumps you in the road, physically or emotionally, deal with it. Look at it and say, "Hey, that wasn't a nice thing to say to me. Why did you say that to me?" "Oh, I was just kidding. I was just joking." Like, well, no, if it was just a joke, you wouldn't have said it. You wouldn't even have thought of it. It wouldn't even have come up in your mind if it was just a joke. Change is afoot, as I'll share the SOTU video for this week, as they talk about change is afoot. And what can you do to change yourself today to make things better? Not only just for you, just for everybody else. I was just watching the Empty Nesters site, and she had started this who can grow the biggest pumpkin thing, pumpkin this season. And she has caused a chain reaction, so to speak, around the world of people that are trying to grow the largest pumpkin, and they're posting videos. And her own pumpkin ended up fizzling out, but she's still excited about getting people going on it and people sharing videos. And it's a really cool thing. It's a little thing like that. You know, you do some little thing. You don't go for the big thing. You can go for world peace. You know, but if you figure out a way to feed a small community that doesn't have food, and it starts to work there, you know, year round, like a community greenhouse that grows food even in even in January, or most places in this United States or in other parts of the world, or whatever winter is in other parts of the world, you know, doesn't grow very much food, so they have to import it or get it from another place. You know, if you got a community greenhouse that, there's people that would be more than happy to volunteer their time just to work in the greenhouse, you know, that could have food growing year round. Microgreens. I grow microgreens. You can grow microgreens in your house year round. And I have proved that you can do that. You know, you may not always have what you wish, but you can get something. So, start small. Come up with some little thing that, seems insignificant, but once it starts to grow and grow, just like planting a seed, you got to list a little seed. Grows and grows and grows and grows. Because I chop them off when they're this big. I stop them off in their prime. But they grow and grow and grow into a big plant that feeds people. So plant your seed. Stand your ground. Deal with the emotional bumps in the road. Anybody that says water under the bridge, ask them, why would you want me to just look the other way? Looking the other way, you're walking down the street and you see someone being beat up. Do you keep walking? Well, everyone has a cell phone. They can call the police. It's not like the old days when you had to run to a phone book, a phone booth. Walk along, snap a picture, call 911, keep walking. People do selfies all the time now, so there's no reason why you can't take a picture of someone getting beat up, or getting sick, or maybe they're just starving and they need food. Tap a picture and send it to a homeless shelter, and maybe they can help them. Little things, not big things. Work on little things. Ta-ta. Enjoy this beautiful day wherever you are.